accurate to the dot, to ensure that if we are to look at the further planning and the future projection of the next 10 years, the government can plan according to what was received or what was revealed during this entire enumeration process. Elton Kambura, who is a Global Peace Ambassador, is also the president of, is it?
I'm the president of Global Peace Foundation.
Global Peace Foundation, yes. And well, we're still having a conversation rotating around our preparedness, the state of the country with the ongoing population census. Well, and I have to admit, or I will have to admit, that the population census or the enumeration process is picking up. And that means different enumerators are moving around across the country to ensure that everything moves along in the right way it is supposed to be. But there are still more questions, and questions rotating around the execution plan, the enumerators, and everything. Now, the enumerator question here, we go back to the issue to do with the allowances. You've mentioned they weren't allowed to, they are not allowed to eat at the residence of the people they are counting. That is done, sealed, and dusted. Then, when it comes to how much they're supposed to earn, 50,000 per diem, which is equivalent to 500,000 at the end of the 10 days exercise. 600,000 for the supervisors, that is 60K per day, or 60,000 Ugandan shillings per day. And then for the town clerks, 65,000 Ugandan shillings, which is equivalent to 650,000 per day. You mentioned that the LC ones are nowhere to be seen in the budget. Now, earlier, last week, media companies within the country were also shunning away from sharing information. Why? They felt like they were not accounted for, or there was no money allocated to them. But before even diving to the money issue, because money is a very important aspect.
Very critical budget.
Let's look into the enumerators. You mentioned that many that were employed, or some, those that were, given this contract, this 10-day contract of a non-taxable income at the end of the exercise, have their own issues. Someone comes to enumerate, but they have a match to catch up. Yesterday was a big game in England. Arsenal were taking on Manchester United, and the game was 6:30. So someone wanted to be there by 6 in the local Chiban. And you couldn't expect him to have his mind on you if he's counting. Let's talk about that.
I'm telling you, census is conducted by professionals. In the United States, they actually also supplement those activities with drones, with the United States Peace Corps, with veterans. They have those veteran associations. These are professionals. They have also a volunteer service arm of education professors, young people. So it's really everybody is involved. Now, when you are talking about LC1, a man who's not well facilitated on the ground, and is the one hosting actually the enumerators, what are you trying to communicate? You're actually sabotaging the exercise. On arrival, project on arrival, killed. Why? Because the person who must supervise the whole activity to help the government have security of our personnel, enumerators on the. So we need to bring LC1s. In the next few days, somebody need to be at the call center and call all LC1s and prepare them, motivate them. Even if it is a 10K per day, it is okay. After all, we passed how much? I think it was 300 plus billion shillings. If you can have that capacity, give it to them. LC1s, so that they can use their bicycles, so that they can mobilize the people.
And please hold on to the 320 billions, inclusive of the same budget is the tabs that were you bought, the aprons.
The tabs do not operate themselves. True. And that's why for me I have an issue in this country.
Okay.
Because all this for me are to be able to celebrate that Uganda is peaceful and it will be permanently peaceful. These are issues we must work on. When you don't have media, frontline, this is the first estate. They are not covering. I expect a national broadcaster here, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, to be empowering UBC with a budget so that every 5 minutes we see what is going on, like how elections are done. You usually invite me here to give words of peace at every time, every hour. Where are you, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, to put a budget here so that this TV is actually the dashboard of Ugandans for the next 10 days? UBC is not having a budget, a national broadcaster. We needed to see how our boys and girls, what is their safety. Journalists must be there. They have their cameras, but because they are not empowered, they cannot actually have fuel. You go to all these private media, they all Tombolo Yasoro is what is going on. Then shows the normal programming. The normal programming of a census period is completely census. Also telling us the direction of the future of Uganda, how the census fits in the planning, in environment. We need to how many trees have been cut down. We need to know that the 55 million Ugandans, the last 10 years, these are the numbers of trees we have cut. Now, we are all, to give us the importance of those questions on TV, we need to see, so that people watching, when you come in their homes, what they are seeing on TV is like prepared. TVs must have prepared people. But now the 300 plus billion has gone to what you are talking about. Lastly, is the issue of basically dissemination of information. Do you know right now we have an issue of internet? So if we rely on the internet, because this is real information on delivery.
Some of the terms were faulty on Friday simply because of the internet access.
Exactly.
Some enumerators, it is alleged, had to use their own money to purchase data.
Who will refund that money? If we have not been paid them. Well, there are many. In this newspaper, there are many. This is the new vision, our government newspaper. So how are we paying them? We have promised them the K50K. But the K50K you are saying they will be given at the end of the operation. How many Ugandans? And remember, we have employed the unemployed youth. So you are telling us that work must be stuck somewhere. So they are likely to hold the data because they don't have money to operate. So what type of research operation is this? Research means everything is in order. It's like you are diagnosing a sick patient. Actually, census is like we are going to look for Uganda's problems. When you are researching about whether someone is sick or not, you have to have gadgets to put on the heart, whether the heart is pumping, the seconds, the number of seconds it is supposed to, or you are supposed to get to pick blood from the sick patient. Or whether sick or not, then you take that blood into the machine. That is called what? That tests blood. It's called the what? The lab.
I'm trying to recall.
Yes, you need to do science.
At the end of the day, I'll give it to you.
Exactly. So somehow we need to give this command to these young people. So the worry that if we give them the command, they will run away. No, they will not run away. It's because the ethics is also an issue. Actually, in one of the districts in the north, the population got these machines, grabbed these machines from these young people and beat them up and took the machines. It is reported here in the newspapers. So those are some of the, how can citizens grab our machines, grab them from these enumerators? It means they were ill prepared. They did not connect that this is part of their survival, that the next move or this exercise is to do with communicating a number of things, A, B, C, D, that would guide them to be able to deliver better service delivery, like education, better roads, hospitals, medicine in hospitals, schools, number of teachers. They are recruiting 2,500 teachers. That is communicated from a research point of view that Uganda does not have enough teachers in the following disciplines. Now, so these people grabbing machines from enumerators means that we didn't do a good job. We didn't prepare people well.
Let's now drive the conversation away from that and look into the benefits attached to the census. Why should the Ugandan be counted? Why should the viewer watching us this morning participate in the population census of 2024?
My fellow Ugandans, I want to talk to you right now. I want to talk to you humbly, to request you to humble yourself, present yourself to be counted. Why? Because if you are not counted, you cannot ask for services from this government and even future governments. So I humbly beg you that if you're in Kampala right now, you have left your home, please, it's good. You listen to the president for this time, whether you're in position or you are in NRM, or you are which religion, or which tribe, please go back and be counted. Because when you are counted, you are now enabling government and civil society agencies and donors and development partners with the numbers to be able to plan for. So if you are not part of that number, you are missing in that number. You are actually killing Uganda of the future. Because it's this number that guides Parliament, what budget is necessary to give to government to construct the road that we need, right from your home to the Kampala capital city. It also guides budget processing of how many water sources, how much electricity, how many schools, how many doctors, how much salary to be able to give to public servants. So when you get sick and you go to a hospital and you find very few doctors to work on us, it means you are not counted. There is what we call rationing. How many people should one doctor treat? That is the ratio. So if you miss, it means you are actually going to make one doctor to treat, to be assigned to many patients. But in this case, you missed. Or if you are counted, you will have guided government to give the right rationing. How many policemen should be on the traffic, on the road? How many security to be able to actually recruit? How many UPDF officials to recruit? So me here, the benefits are in that narrative, that when you are accounted, then government will be accountable. But if you are not counted, don't ask for accountability from a government. Because it is from this basis that we can also vote rightly. Why? Because we will now know that we are 100 million Ugandans, but 50% are still poor. Then government will be working day and night so that it doesn't get ashamed. If it fails to deliver, then we vote it out of government. Or we vote these MPs out. We replace them because we base on numbers. How many? Because for right now, if I can use the ratio of roads, we have a deficit of roads to do with we have around 6,000 kilometers, you know. Our demand is around 21,000 coverage. So the demand of roads in Uganda is 21,000. Can you imagine? We have only worked on 6,000. Now they want to know what is the population growth, so that the government can push its priorities right. That omanyi chino chino kusoka. People now are too many. They need roads. You understand? Then they can maybe lesser the export of maybe condoms. You know that condom issue came too much in my Yala community. They almost beat somebody. So what is the family growth, the population growth to do with the environment? How the impact of population growth towards the environment? That now we have to do a quick massage on environmental policy. Maybe we need to now focus on environmental programming and investment, because we are too many people and we are encroaching on the environment, and we are cutting down trees, the wetlands. Somebody needed to know all of that so that we are realigned as a country to be in the right place, doing the right thing in the right time. And so what about the laws? All this counting of people also is going to guide the laws. Amataka. Now, should we have one law on land? Do we need more districts? It is going to base on this number. Okay. But now, maybe we can have controls on population. Because now maybe our country has no capacity to take care of big numbers. No, maybe. So whatever is going on, if you miss, do not say you are poor. Because now, Emioga, and remember Emioga, parish development model. Now the census is going to give indicators that the 1 trillion shillings we are pumping in parish development model is working or not working. How many people are being elevated from abject poverty to middle income economy? By allowing this girl, this boy, or this woman, or this man to come to your home and be counted, you are enabling government's eyes to see the situation you are in. Because no one knows where you are. So this number will say, Bana Uganda, where bachali mu bwavu. Therefore, tutuba taxing maybe omusolo gwe tubajjako tugukendeeze. Okategedako. So, I mean, if you are not counted, don't cry for high taxes. Don't cry the high increase in tax. Because you are not counted. So if you are poor and you are not counted, you are even more, you need to be beat. Actually, it should be a crime.
Okay.
And because omwavu balina okuba ndi so that government ekuyambe okujja mu bwavu.
Well, one of the viewers saying they haven't reached at my home, the census guys. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning to you as well. Well, for those of you who have not yet been counted, please be patient. The enumerators are coming your side. So anytime from now, they'll be able to reach you out. And of course, we shall be able to know whether they've reached the entire country by end of 19th May. I've been having Milton Kambura, a Global Peace Ambassador, who has been with us here, sharing with us his observation, concerns of the people, and of course looking at what next should we do as a country in regards to preparation for the next population census, hopefully 2034. You've been watching UBC Good Morning Uganda Extra. I am Joram Paul Sonko. We shall surely catch you tomorrow from 6:30 a.m. till this exact hour here, as we're left with only 5 minutes to the hour of 10. Have yourself a productive day. Remember to participate in Census 2024. Good morning.